Hello.
Hello. Hello, Dharmendra.
Yeah.
It is I from Mphasis.
Okay.
Okay. So, I got your resume with me. This is the interview call. Let's come to the technicalities.
Yeah.
You have worked on exception handling and all?
Yeah. Exception handling I worked.
Okay. Now I have got a case. Okay?
Okay. Tell me.
I have got a parent exception, base exception, which is extending exception. Okay. I have got a child exception, which is extending base exception. So I have got two exception classes. One extending, another one. Okay? I have written a class A, in which I have got method 1, M1.
Okay.
Okay, which throws base exception. Okay, and I have got method M2, which throws child exception.
Okay.
Okay? So far it is clear?
Yeah, I have class A. Now, two exception I have, one base exception, one extend exception. Or we can say super type exception, subtype exception. Now you have written one class A. In that class
I have got a child exception. I have got a child exception, I have got a base exception. Okay?
Okay. You have class A. In that you have defined two method, M1 and M2.
M2, M1 throws base exception and M2 throws child exception.
Okay. Good.
Okay, now I am writing a class called as test. Okay?
What you are writing? Test.
Test class.
Yeah.
In the test class, I am creating an object of A. Object A equal to new object of A.
Okay.
New of A. And I am now calling a method of M1.
Okay.
Okay, but M1 is surrounded by try and catch. Okay?
M1 you are calling. Okay. Next.
I am surrounding that M1 by try catch block.
Okay.
And I am catching a child exception.
Okay.
Okay? Okay? Now I compile this program, what will happen?
Okay. 1 minute, let me think. Yeah, M1 is throwing base type exception, M2 is throwing child type exception. Okay. Now in main method you have written AOB equal to new A, and OB.M1 you have written try catch block. In catch block you have written catch of child exception. Okay.
Child exception.
So this depends on what type of exception it is, whether it is checked exception or unchecked exception.
It is checked exception.
Yeah, it is checked exception means this code will not compile. It will give unreported exception. Must be caught or declared to be thrown.
Okay. Got it. You have worked on Hibernate?
Yeah.
You are aware of Hibernate and various states of Hibernate objects?
Yeah.
What are the various states?
See, object state. See, there are three states. Three object state is there in Hibernate.
What are those?
One is transient state, second is persistent state, and third is detached state. Will you explain?
No. Okay. I'm interested only in the names.
Yeah.
So you know what is the detached state, correct?
Yeah, I know that.
Okay. Now I have got one more case. Okay. Wherein I have got an employee table.
Okay.
Employee table I have. In the employee table I am putting ID as 1. Say suppose it is employee number. Okay. ID as 1. I am putting name. Okay. I have a name column.
Okay.
And I have got a age column.
Age column. Okay.
Age. Okay.
Yeah.
Age. And then I have got a department also, fourth one, but I am not interested in all these fields. Okay. I have got only 3 columns right now. Okay. Now what I do is that I write a Java program to insert the data into this table. Okay. I do this. Now after that what I do is I do some processing. Okay. And after that I do again manipulation on this object. On the data object.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'll explain you the scenario how my program is.
Okay.
I create a domain object, data object or a domain object. I create a session, I create a domain object, and I persist the data. Okay, it is committed.
Okay.
Done. Now what I do is I detach the object.
Okay.
After that I do some external system processing for 10 minutes. Okay, object is in detached state. Okay, now what I do is after 10 minutes, I do some manipulations on I attach the object, I create a session, I attach the object, and I do some manipulation. Okay. And again I save the data. I merge. Okay. Now, when I first inserted the data was 1, Dharmendra and 20.
Okay.
Okay, that is the value of the object.
Okay.
I committed this data into DB.
Okay.
Done. Okay. Now what happens in 10 minutes processing? Somebody goes and changes something in the backend.
Okay.
They see the data in this table. They see, okay, age entered by Dharmendra, 20 is wrong. So let me make it as 25.
Okay.
Okay? Got it?
Yeah.
Now, after doing that processing, he commits the data. Admin commits the data. Okay? After 10 minutes, my program, what it does is, I have got already an object which is detached. Detached object has got values. I attach it to a session. Okay? And I change the value of age from 25 to 23. Okay? You understood so far?
Yeah, 50%.
After this I do merge. Okay, if you want I will repeat again. Okay? Now when I run this program and when admin changes something and this program completes, what will be the value in the DB?
You have to explain one more time. Some 50% idea is there in my mind.
Yeah, okay. I will explain again. I have written a Java program.
Okay.
Which will insert the data into employee table.
Okay.
Values are 1, Dharmendra and 20.
Okay.
After that I detach the object. I close the session, detach the object.
Okay.
I detach the object from the session. Whether I close it or whatever I do, it is my headache. I detach the object. Okay. After that I do 10 minutes processing from the backend, from some other system. 10 minutes processing. Now my program is talking to external system for 10 minutes. Okay. In the 10 minutes, admin will go and change the age from 20 to 25. After 10 minutes, the data is committed in DB. After 10 minutes, my program will again create a session, attach the current object. Okay. And then change the value of age from 20 to 23. Okay. Now I merge the data. Merge.
Okay, merging.
Merge it.
So what
I commit the data also after merging. What will be the final value in the DB?
Okay, what is the value of age in the database?
Yeah.
Okay. So what about here, second level cache is enabled or disabled?
Second level caching is enabled.
Enabled, okay. Second level cache is enabled. Any version mapping we are using or timestamp mapping?
No, nothing.
Version timestamp not there. Okay.
No.
Second level cache is enabled. So when we dispatch this data, we go to second level cache. Now admin is doing something here. Next, we are merging the data.
Is your answer going to change based on second level caching?
Second level cache is there means maybe after detaching also this data will be there in the global session.
Okay.
Okay, so this case I didn't get till now, but just I'm thinking as far as my knowledge is concerned. Last data we have. I think it should be 23 only because last we have updated, but not.
Okay. Okay. Now what I do is, in the second last part of the program, I do some changes. Okay.
Okay.
I rerun this program again. The whole process I do again. Okay. What is the change I am doing? I'll let you know. I am changing the age, right? So the admin has gone and changed the age from 20 to 25. So I have a record in DB1, Dharmendra, and this thing, correct?
Yeah.
Correct? 25. What I do is, I think that after doing the detach, I think that I should change the ID of Dharmendra from 1 to 2. Okay, 1 to 2 or 1 to 10, whatever. Okay, but age is 23. Right? Now I run this program. That means I change the ID from 1 to 10 to 10. Okay, name I keep it as is only. Okay. and I change the age to 23. Okay? Now I compile this program completely and all. What will happen now in the database? What will be the snapshot of the date DB?
Okay.
You understood this part, what I am saying?
Last you told
earlier I kept the ID intact.
Now you are
I changed the age. Now I am changing the ID as well as age, both. So what will be the snapshot of the DB right now?
Committed already.
Committed. So everyone is, see, it is all atomic transactions. The first data I have done, I have committed. Admin committed. Finally, third leg, I have committed the data. Okay? So in this case, what will happen?
Session flushed all. So it should be, I think, latest data. 10 Dharmendra and 23.
Dharmendra and 23. 10 Dharmendra and 23.
Yeah.
Okay. How does Hibernate work? How does Hibernate work on objects?
How does Hibernate work on object?
How does it identify a unique recording baby?
Through the identifier.
Through the identifier. What is the identifier in this case?
ID.
ID. So in case of identifier, are you saying that identifier will get overridden?
Identifier will be generated automatically if we are using @ID or generated value.
No, not @ID. I am not using @ID. I am generated, I am saying, right?
Okay.
That means application is generating.
Okay, @generated.
It is not automatic. It is generated by the application. So do you think this application ID will be overridden?
Real-time ID should not be overridden.
No, so why did you say like that?
Okay.
So what will be the output now?
Now it should be 1 and Dharmendra and...
But I changed the ID from 1 to 10, right? What will happen? It will throw an exception?
ID, how you are changing? Like update...
Update, I can say now it is a object only, right? Correct?
Yeah. So you are calling some
setter method. Setter method I am doing changing that, right?
Yeah. Setter method you are calling.
So I changed it to 10. So what will happen in this case?
I think you should throw some exception.
It will throw an exception. Okay.
Because we should not modify the ID.
Yeah. Now, you said you have worked on Spring.
Yeah, Spring.
Okay. In a Spring XML configuration,
okay,
I have got a bean ID definition.
Bean ID definition, yeah.
Bean ID equal to XYZ. Class equal to student.class.
Bean ID equal to XYZ.
Class equal to student.class. After that, I define lot of beans.
Student.class. Okay.
After that, I define lot of beans, determine injection, this, that, and all. I do everything. Okay. After that, I define one more bean. Bean ID equal to XYZ. Again. Again, it is XYZ.
Okay.
And class equal to professor.class.
Okay, professor.class. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what I do is, I write a Java program.
Okay.
To load the application context XML.
Okay.
I say bean.getBean, application context.getBean of ID as XYZ. Okay, I type it to an object. Okay. Now I say object.getClass.SOP I will do.
Okay.
Object.getClass.getName.
Okay.
What is the output you are expecting in this case when I run this program?
Okay, so output will not come first, it will give the error because ID must be unique inside the bean configuration.
Okay, what it will give a runtime exception or a compile time exception?
Compile time only, in XML only it will show the error.
In XML?
XML itself it will show the error at writing time itself, and when you run that time also it will give some multiple ID found something with the same name, something like that.
But XML, while writing the XML file, how it will throw an error? XML
no, it won't throw error. In your ID it will display that red mark
red marker it will display. There will not be an error.
Yeah, okay. That is not error. Actually, it will display because of...
Yeah, got that. It will be a marker.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, got it. Highlighter kind of thing. Okay. But in the ID it will display.
Yeah, right? ID must be unique in configuration.
You tell me one thing. You are working as a software engineer, right?
Yeah.
Do you understand requirements?
Do you understand requirements?
Some requirements are coming, right? Yeah. Some requirements are coming. Do you read the requirements yourself and try to understand them?
Yeah. Sometimes I got like they have given SRS use case diagram, so the specification that I read and I try to understand the requirements.
Okay. So now when you understand the requirements, after that you have to do some low-level design, you have to do some analysis, and then you have to start on the coding. Do you do all these things?
No. This I didn't do. Generally, in the specification, they will give method name, variable name, type, everything.
No, but that is the requirements I said.
From scratch level till now, I didn't get the chance to analyze and design the code. But
so that means somebody is doing some work and then giving it to you.
Yeah. Directly, I'm getting the code level code API I have to use and I have to write the code. Expected output they are giving. Expected output. This would be the output. This will be your input.
No, pseudo code they are giving, na?
Yeah.
So who is giving the pseudo code to you?
That they will give, like in meeting they will explain. Then they will.
I understand. So who is giving that person? Who is that person? Lead?
Yeah, generally lead will give.
Okay. Now my question is, suppose you are given the requirements from scratch.
Yeah.
What you will do?
From the scratch requirement given. So what is the requirement? What they have given?
Only the requirement. Say suppose I have to build an application, which contains a data entry screen, and I have to enter the data into 3 tables or 5 tables. And I have to send an SMS. Or an email to the user who has created the record. These are the requirements. So what you will do now with these requirements?
So first I will try to design on paper, like how many classes are required, what is the database table required, how many fields are required.
So you are told to use Spring, Hibernate, you are told to use Oracle DB. Yeah, what else you will require?
And what are the dependency required for that, any new thing we are using, what are the constraints required on the table, and if input field is there.
You know the DB side you can work on your own?
Yeah, I have good idea. I didn't get chance till now, but I have good idea in database side also.
Okay, you can do. You can chance.
Yeah. If I get the chance, I will try my level best.
Yeah. Go ahead. No. After that, what you will do? You will design the classes?
Yeah, classes will design. And we will divide that in multiple layers. Service class will be there. DO will be there. What are the new methods in interface we have to add? Their implementation class we have to write.
Why do you have an interface? Why do you require an interface here?
For decoupling the application.
But why do you require in a web application? Why do you require a decoupling?
Suppose, for example,
I've got a browser which is accessing me.
Okay.
I've got a service layer. I've got a DO layer. I've got a controller.
Okay.
So why do you require an interface?
Why interface is required? Because
why are you going to introduce an interface here? What is the purpose of that?
Interface sometimes required for factory, if you want to create some factory related object. And interface.
But do you think in this application you require a factory?
See, we have to, while developing the application, we don't have to think for the current situation only. We have to think.
No, I understand. I said that there are no future requirements. This is the only requirement as of now.
Yeah. So normal requirement is there means no need to go for interface. Normal classes we can write.
Have you worked on stored procedure?
Stored procedure, no. But I can write my stored procedure. I have good idea.
Okay. I had one more question in mind.
Yeah.
Okay. You have used any tools for testing web services?
Testing web services? No, I didn't use till now.
You didn't use any. Have you worked on SOAP web services?
SOAP, no, I didn't work, but I have idea. SOAP, for example, I did like WSDL file.
Just now you talked about interface, right? Yeah. So I got my question back, okay? I've got an interface INTF.
One second. Interface we have.
Let's call it as I. Let's call it as I.
Interface
okay?
I.
Interface I have.
Yeah.
I've got a string inside the interface.
What?
String name equal to Dharmendra.
Okay, string.
Okay.
Name
equal to Dharmendra, variable.
Okay.
I want to access this variable from a class A. How do I access the variable? This variable from interface.
Okay, so because this whatever variable we are defining inside the interface, it will be public, static, and final. So you can access directly with the interface name.
Okay.
Or second, if you want to access, you can implement the I in this class, and then using directly you can inherit, you can access directly.
So whose concepts and all very clear? We are very clear to you.
Yeah. You can ask any question.
So what are your negative points in development, coding, and day-to-day work? What is the negative point?
What is my negative point?
Yes, in work I am saying. I am not talking about your personal things. In a daily day-to-day work. Okay. You are given a work. You are doing work. Correct. You are assigned the work. You are delivering something. So what is the negative point that you see yourself?
I think I don't think any negative point. Generally, finding the bugs like exception in real time, when exception will come, exception will be something else. There will be some dependent exception. You have to identify where is the cause by, where is the actual.
Do you think it is a negative point for you?
No. This
finding
is not,
out.
Yeah.
But sometimes you face problems, correct?
Yeah, sometimes you will face problem. Actually, exception message will not be 100% always clear. That's really what is the exception. So sometimes
you have worked on logging and all?
Logging, log for.
You know what is print stack trace?
E.print stack trace, yeah.
Yeah. So with that you will get everything, no?
But generally, sometimes I am telling. Sometimes
I understand. Sometimes,
you see, Java 6 you take, Java 5 you take, Java 7 you take. What they are doing, they are modifying the exception message. Java 6 something error, something other message is there now. In Java 7 they change the message. So they are changing message, exception message frequently.
Got that. Yeah. You are independent in coding?
Come again?
No, are you independent in coding, doing coding implementation? Are you independent or do you require help from some people, from seniors?
Yeah. Sometimes it required, we will write the code, then we will go for review with our seniors. So this is the code we have written.
But I am saying that can you write a code independently which you are confident?
Yeah, I can write.
Confident, independent coding?
Yeah, I can write.
See, there are two kinds of help you will require. Review and all is the post writing the code. Correct? In that review, you are only talking about technical glitches.
Yeah.
You are not talking about functional issues, right? But once you write the code, you are confident that my code would work.
Yeah. We have to check.
Are you confident that much? Or while writing the code also, you will require some help because of functionality, because of understanding.
Sometimes it required, not always. As my experience increases, it is reducing. Like other guys help, I am helping my other colleagues also.
Okay. Yeah. I think Dharmendra, I am done with my part.